What is the connection between condiments and trouble?
Please don't mistake my response as interest. But are you aware that your topics of conversation are becoming ever more puerile?
What? I can't make general observations now. I happen to find the origin of expressions interesting. You got jams, and you got pickles. Two condiments that can also be used to imply trouble.
That's true. Apart from using cream as someone getting thrashed, I think your observations are a non sequitur argument.
Okay, alright. Here's a topic. Is your response to lip bristles classified as cognitive dissonance?
When someone is that obvious, how can it be a topic? It's like saying, oh, isn't it terrible about that family burnt in their candle house?
Stating the obvious? Dead family. Bad.
What did you study at uni?
Well, this is all very stimulating. Cognitive dissonance is when you do something that conflicts with your belief system that needs justification to maintain mental equilibrium. But more importantly, since Eric ran like a frightened little bitch, I need a volunteer to step up and organise a charity event to appease Lucinda Osgoode.
Why can't you do it? And cognitive dissonance is not conflicting behaviour isolated to oneself. It is well documented that a mistake during a public performance will be overlooked to maintain inner comfort, like when Reagan started losing his mind during speeches.
Anyway, I have created this entire show and realised it. I can't be expected to do everything. How would that look to the Cagneys and Osgoods of the world? I need to retain a look of prestige.
Well, I'm off for my daily exercise.
Still trying to find an in on the tree hugger?
Eric, please. I'm a concerned community member. Always passionate about caring for our environment.
Anywho, one of you, think of some crap that needs money thrown at it and get back to me.
So, you never tell me how your date went. Spill it, Magritte.
You know how it is when you're so into someone that you have to control your nerves and your sweat glands that your other faculties leave you.
Sure, I recall witnessing this behaviour in some of the women I've dated.
You want to hear this or not?
Go on, go on. What happened?
So, once I find a patient's antecedent, it follows that their triggers are not difficult to expose for them to identify and control in everyday life.
Doesn't the antithesis work against them?
What happened? Why did you do that?
I don't know. I placed so much importance on him that my brain left me.
Oh, I'm sure it couldn't be that bad.
He looked at me like I was demented.
So, no second date?
I smiled and leaned in for a kiss goodnight. The man looked at me with the same expression as Mondale when Reagan completely lost it during their first campaign debate. When I got home, I found a piece of masticated apple languishing between my teeth. So no, I haven't heard from him since.
Ah, well, you don't want to date someone like him. He sounds very shallow.
From the man who finds female facial hair repugnant.
I'm trying to console my friend.
Her brain is back. I'm sure she'll recognise empty words.
Well, actually, it's another example of cognitive dissonance. He expected to find a woman with a high level of social skills and intelligence, and a semblance of cultural sophistication, but he had to console himself with Ashley instead. Fine, not cognitive dissonance. He didn't justify your actions. He ran away, so... Anyway, has anyone else found the stage manager intimidating?
You
You mean
mean
the guy with the eye
eye
patch?
patch?
What about him?
I can't be sure, of course, but I think he keeps looking at me like your date looked at you.
I think you're all wrong. The only mental reconciliation your date, the stage manager, and Mondo had to contend with is engaging with an idiot and justifying if the end result was going to be worth it. They each suffered cognitive dissonance over their guilt and shame of prostituting themselves and had to reconcile their actions with the belief that it was for the greater good. Of course, Mondo was the only likely one able to achieve reconciliation.